On the 12th day of Christmas, your boyfriend gave to me a wedding ring and a small fee, yeah.
I'm the librarian, and I came to read.
Hey, on the 12th day of Christmas, your boyfriend gave to me a wedding ring and a small fee. A fee for my time, a fee for my energy that I put into stealing him from you. What's up, y'all? I'm here to do a silly, stupid ass video. Just me talking shit. I want to also talk about, towards the middle of this video, the origins of Christmas, which I think you might find very interesting. I feel like I've already spoken about it and I'm already a mess today because this shit, I'm flipping this shit like it's a bag. I just wanted to say I'm not religious, but I like presents. You see what I'm saying? So whatever it is you celebrate or don't celebrate or pretend like you celebrate, I just want to say happy whatever that is. So happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays, you know, because I call it holidays sometimes because sometimes you go back to your family house and it's just hollering. It's just too much, which is why sometimes I'm just like, girl, should I stay my ass in my house? But yeah, happy holidays, whatever it is. But I want to take this moment to talk about the origins of Christmas and also Santa Claus. Now, I'm not going to talk about the origins of Santa Claus. I'm just going to talk about the fact that his ass is pretty shady. His ass is very shady. Now, you know that niggas with no money ain't got no goddamn chimney, baby. So what are you doing riding around with Rudolph's at? First of all, Rudolph didn't ask for that type of slavery. See, I knew Santa was a white supremacist, baby. Girl, Rudolph, all them fucking reindeers. Why the fuck do your ass need 12 reindeers, baby? Like, how many reindeers do you really need? Girl, stick to Rudolph. Matter of fact, they calling him names and shit. Girl, he got a big ass red nose. How disrespectful is it for you to be, you know, not, girl, you need to give Rudolph some special treatment because he's out here getting bullied, baby. Rudolph did not ask for none of that shit. Now, let me tell you, Mrs. Claus already told you about this shit. Mrs. Claus already told you about this shit. Matter of fact, she told you about all this motherfucking, all these houses y'all ass going to late at night and shit thinking she don't know what's really going down. You ain't sliding down nobody's chimney. You ain't sliding down nobody's chimney, baby. You're not eating nobody's cookies. The cookies you may be eating, though, is the ones that Mrs. Claus got a problem with, because you running around the whole world sliding down somebody's chimney, eat some cookies. Oh, girl, I heard that one before. Of course you eat somebody's cookies.
Girl, I bet you thought about it. Got you hot and bothered. Get you talk about it. Bitch, looking for the
cookies.
If you looking, they gon' stay in the jar.
It's gonna be on the counter right next to the stockings. Get your old ass down this fucking chimney. Take the cookies that you need and move along. Santa Claus decided to ignore every marginalized community, girl. First of all, ain't nobody gonna be having no chimney in South Florida. So I'm wondering what the fuck going on. Or in Miami, these girls ain't got no goddamn chimney. So what do you do then, baby? What do you do then? It sounds just as preposterous as ththese people claiming that Christmas was completely Christian 100% of the time. It's so interesting. Let's go down the lanes of history. You want a cute little history lesson? I'm about to ruin Christmas for you. Okay. So, the origins of Christmas is very interesting if you really sit your ass down and think about it and do some research on it. Well, religion in general, as I've said before, a lot of times serves as, a way of social control. Social control, controlling the populace, that's what you do. You set up rules here. You got rules in place that people can't even violate in their minds. They can't even think certain ways or else they're in violation of their salvation, right? So that, a lot of times in a lot of governments for a long period of time, that's the purpose that religion has served, just to control the populace. So in ancient Rome, right, there was this huge festival, and you can look this shit up. I mean, girl, it's really easy to find this shit on Google, okay? So in ancient Rome, there was this huge festival called Saturnalia. Now, Saturnalia was like a solstice type of festival, girl. It was very pagan. I think it started out, I can't remember. It started out either one day or a couple of days, and then it ended up at the peak of it being extended to like a week. So it was around the time in December, like mid to late December. The pagan girls were there, honey. They were twirling around, they were getting their motherfucking life. It was something that they looked forward to every fucking year because they knew that they could get drunk They, you know, all types of sex in the motherfucking streets. Them hoes were naked and singing and screaming and shit. Them bitches were feasting. Now, also in Rome, we know that there was a very strict hierarchy of society, very strict structure on which society was built. So we had these fucking we had the civilians, we had the people who owned slaves and shit. So in Saturnalia, the slaves got particularly excited about this festival because the societal roles switched, right? So the slaves were the ones now calling the shots, at least for the period of time that the festival of Saturnalia went on. So the slaves were the ones calling the shots. They were the ones getting payments and gifts from their fucking slave masters and shit, from their owners and shit. So it was a very interesting time. It was a time a lot of people looked forward to. Even the fucking people who were at the top of society, they liked to, you know, play around with the idea of the roles being switched. But of course, after Saturnalia was over, bitches like, get your slaving ass back to work, baby. Like, get your slaving ass back to work. So it was a fun time. The girls were out in the streets. They were playing around. They were getting their fucking lives, bitch. You know, and Rome didn't have no fucking problem with that shit underneath that type of religion when that shit was accepted as whatever it was. So now, and during that time, a lot of times the Christians were getting fucking persecuted and shit. So it was around, oh God, 312 AD, I think. It was around 312 AD. We had Emperor Constantine, bitch. And he converted to Christianity and was just like, girl, this is really cute what y'all doing. But we got to find a way to just eliminate this shit for good. We got to find a way to get this shit out of here. We got to find a way to get this pagan shit out of here. So, you know, it's just, I find it very interesting how religions will shift and turn, I mean, and grow and spread based off of just simply who wants it to happen. And a lot of times if you are in power, you can make that shit happen. And that's what happened with Christianity. But you couldn't, you know, just because the royals and the emperor was up there talking about he wanted to be a Christian, it didn't mean that it would spread just because his ass was, right? So, like, even though they were trying to establish Christianity in ancient Rome, like, it was so difficult because the pagan practices were so, you know, they were so deeply rooted in the traditions and culture of the people there. So no matter how hard they tried, no matter how hard the church tried, sis, like, girl, they just could not get Christianity in the fucking minds of these hoes. Like, bitch, these hoes were still out here fucking her up to Saturnalia. They were, you know what I mean? They were still getting their lives, and people were just like, this pagan shit, girl. We're trying to establish Christianity is different. And also as a means to try and getting these Christians from being persecuted and killed and shit. So what they did was, you know what, girl, y'all are gonna continue to worship this pagan shit. Y'all are gonna continue to participate in Saturnalia. So what we're going to do is just say that space of time, you know, that mid to late December time is when Jesus was born. We'll just say that shit. Since y'all are already out here doing the things that we want y'all to stop doing, and y'all are just, this Saturnalia shit and this pagan shit is so deeply ingrained in y'all, we're just going to wash over a lot of y'all beliefs and symbolisms and holy days and shit. We're gonna just put some Christianity on that shit and call it a motherfucking afternoon. So, you know, they could not get these people to stop. So that is how you ended up with, oh girl, it's Christmas. So you don't have to really do any work as a ruler or as a government if you just say, well, girl, yeah, that's what y'all were doing, and that shit is cute. Y'all are running around in the street, but we're gonna call it Christmas. And so, like, it just eventually kept catching on. It kept catching on. It kept catching on. And that's how it grew into what it is today. And so now, even like the Christmas trees and all that shit, a lot of the customs that are involved with Christmas come directly from Saturnalia, come from pagan rituals and practices and shit. So I don't know, I found it so interesting, especially when I was forced to be deeply involved in Christianity. And I don't know, I know the particular sect I was in did a lot of brainwashing, and they acted like they were the source of everything that they're practicing. And you know, you just go back in time. All you have to do, if you really want to see where shit comes from, because history does repeat, it's just take a look back. A lot of cultures influence other cultures, a lot of religions influence other religions. But I know in my old church in particular, the one I was forced to go to, I know that they like to pretend like a lot of the things that they were doing was direct messages from God. A lot of the things that they were preaching and saying, practicing Christmas, all that shit, direct messages from God, baby. I was just like, girl, all you have to do is some research and figure out why you're doing what you're doing. All you have to do is look back a couple hundred or a couple thousand years, girl, and you'll see it clearly, plain as day, like where your particular religion got the shit from. Like, it's just expanding, creating different sects and shit, and just, girl, in a couple thousand years, we'll see where the hell Christmas will be, if it will evolve into something that is completely unrecognizable, which is why I think history and the spread of cultures is such an interesting topic, because you will have people ready to die by the religion that they got from someone else, who got that from someone else, who got that from someone else, who got that from someone else, and all that shit's passed down. But I just thought it was an interesting conversation to have on Christmas. If you're seeing this, I'm most likely out of town. This is definitely pre-recorded. But I just thought, hey, why not have this discussion while y'all are opening gifts and shit? I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this before, but I say, bitch, I wanna get into it for a moment. But thanks for paying attention, ho, 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 bitches. Make sure you purchase something from houseofexpression.com for Christmas. Purchase it for yourself or for somebody else. And on that note, I hope that you girls have a good goddamn new year.